Well, it's a early morning. It's a Monday morning. Harry's in Calgary, Alberta. Do you say Calgary or Calgary?
Calgary.
Calgary. Isn't it weird, like Calgary? It's like, no, that doesn't work, man. It's like two names.
Yeah, it's strange. Well, there's a lot of places in Canada like that too. So
Yeah, I
not
remember.
sure.
I'll tell you a quick story before we get into this. When I was a youngster listening to Winnipeg Jets hockey, I always thought Peter Taglianetti were two players going in for a loose puck because it was Tagli and Eddie.
Oh,
So I thought it was two guys. I said, "That boy, Jets. We got two people on the loose puck, and it was never two players on a loose puck because we were losing to the Red Wings 6-1 in the '80s." So,
no, yeah.
needless to say, we'll leave it at that. Harry Mahesh joins us, head coach of the Pilot-Mound female varsity team. Good morning, Harry. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fabulous, man. We've got a couple of weekends to discuss because we missed talking with you while the team was in Winnipeg for a bit of an exhibition AAA showcase the first weekend in December. Let's quickly touch on the four games we had:
Yeah.
Eastman, Avros, Yellowhead, and a team from Battleford, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. That's correct.
And I mean, you take the Avros all the way to a 3-2, just losing 3-2. They're considered one of the better teams in AAA varsity hockey, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it about your team that loves to play on the road and they really elevate their game to match or defeat the opposing team?
Well, that game actually it was 3-2, but they scored with about 20 seconds left in the game.
Yeah,
So it was a tough one actually, which is good. I actually didn't even know where they were in their standings because I don't really bother to tell the girls, whether the team is strong or weak. We just got to play our own game, and I think that helps. We do tend to raise our game to the competition, but at the same time, we have been known to drop our game based on competition as well. But that one was good. I think, to be honest, sometimes we are maybe a little underestimated, which is to be expected. They're AAA, and we're at that varsity level. But the girls showed up. They play with a chip on their shoulder, and for a lot of the girls who are from Manitoba, they don't know the AAA league very well, so they kind of go into it thinking, every game is winnable. So that's kind of the mindset we have.
right. So, and that's a great mindset to have. I mean, regardless of standings, anyone can go out there and defeat anybody, which is
Yeah,
what your team has done, especially having two winning streaks, both exhibition wise and in CSSHL action here. So, I mean, you take on the Avros, you take on Eastman. Eastman's got to be kind of one of those teams that's kind of like your not your arch nemesis, but like your neighboring team when it comes to playing down in southern Manitoba.
yeah, it's just one of those things where you don't really know. I wouldn't say it's a rivalry, but you get up for certain games and you don't really know why. But no, we've as since I've coached in Pilot Mound, we've played them three times, and every game has been about a 1 goal game.
Yeah.
So a tie is to be expected. But no, it's fun. Like I said, they're a team that they're similar to us. They work hard, so it was a good battle to see two similar style teams kind of go at it. I mean, it did end up in a tie, but we're happy with the result.
Going back to that final game against Battleford, how great is it to finish off a tournament or an exhibition group like that with a win?
Really good. Again, they're another AAA team. They're from Saskatchewan, so we didn't know anything about them. It's also nice to play teams you haven't played before because the message going back for them is, oh, this Pile Mountain, pretty good. So, word spreads quickly. Other coaches scoreboard watch, and I'm sure somebody who's their competition out in Saskatchewan was curious to see how they did. So, no, it was good. That game, they scored three kind of towards the end. There was 4-1 with about 7 minutes left, and it ended up 5-4. They got a little sloppy towards the end. So the score, it was nice to win, but it doesn't really reflect how well we played.
Yeah, no, it's being resilient to the end. I mean, kind of making sure you finish with the W, which was awesome.
Yeah.
This past weekend, you're out in BC, which is a lot nicer weather than what we've had over the last 4 or 5 days here in southern Manitoba. How did this weekend in Delta work for the girls team?
It was good. We went 3-0. We let in 1 goal all weekend, and it was killing a penalty. So we didn't give up a single 5-on-5 goal all weekend. Heaven played outstanding. She played all 3 games.
Yeah.
2 shutouts. Can't can't argue with that. And then the goal actually that did get scored on was a nice goal. So, she had a tremendous weekend. But, with games like 6-0, 3-0, and a comeback win to win 3-1 in the third period, scoring 3 goals in the last 10 minutes, it's big. We had a little bit of everything, which is kind of what coaches want to see. It's one thing to play with the lead, but being able to come back in the third period like we did on Saturday night it's important. We got to be able to do that if we want to be considered a top team.
Absolutely. So we're going into a bit of a winning streak. That's like 5 wins in a row, is it not? In the action.
Yeah, 5 in a row, and since the last time we talked, I believe we're 7 wins, 1 loss in regulation, which was the one with 20 seconds left.
Yeah.
1 tie, and 1 overtime loss, which was the 1-0 shootout loss. So that's a shutout loss, which is rare, but it's so we've been the last 10-game stretch has been kind of the best part of the season so far. It's almost a shame to have to head into a break.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got definite momentum, and like you said, taking a bit of the girls will still practice a little bit this week, but games don't start again back up in January. What's the message now that we have a bit of a break? Is it to rest, enjoy family, to just enjoy the holidays?
Yeah, rest is the key. We got 15 skaters, so we need everybody to be healthy. That's kind of my main message. Obviously, enjoy the holidays, spend time with family. Another one is reassess your own goal and come back with with new ones. I told the girls a lot of times after Christmas, you kind of feel like you're set where you're at in the coach's mind, in your own mind, and it's a time for everyone to kind of get a fresh, clean slate, I guess you could say, in their own mind and in my mind. Like whatever happened in the first half, it was good, it was bad, whatever. Come January, we can all start over. So if you're happy with how you did, you can improve. If you weren't, there's no I don't hold anybody the same standard as I did in September, so they can come in and finish the season off strong.
What was the message? I mean, going back to this past weekend in BC with Heaven starting all 3 games, is she your number 1 player, a number 1 goaltender?
Yeah, unfortunately, the day before we left, I should say the night before, Kendra decided she was gonna go back home. Some Hockey USA regulation, which was preventing her from playing on a spring national team, and she felt that maybe that was the best decision to go back. So that kind of caught us by surprise. So having found out that she was going to play all 3 games, kind of the night before we left, and yeah, you know what, she was sad to see her fellow goalie leave, but she embraced it and came up huge for us.
She rose to the occasion. I mean, like you said, she really put the team on her shoulders, and she's been that stalwart the entire season from day one. Your goaltending is definitely improving. What's also improving is the offense. I mean, we've talked in great lengths when it comes to finding goal scoring and guilty by association, because everyone's got to chip in here. And 3 of your veterans have really stepped up to the plate here in Gracie Perry, Haley Anderson, and Sydney Adawicek leading the way. And we're seeing more assists. We're seeing more goals from helpers. Is that the message still, obviously, in 2020 to continue having everybody on the score sheet at all times?
Yeah, with a shorter lineup of 10 forwards, you have the ability to develop chemistry with lines. You don't have to mix and match a whole lot. So the 3 you named there, they've been playing together, as most of this last weekend. The weekend before, Sydney injured her knee, so they were, I've been able to keep the line somewhat more consistent. So every line has their own, goals and objectives, but you create a little bit of competition within your lineup. Like each line kind of wants to contribute, and you see that they're pushing themselves. So if one line goes up and scores, the other 2 feel eager, and that's that healthy competition we talked about earlier in the season, where they're not being selfish, but they all want to do their part. And it's the same message. I'm not gonna jinx it by trying to change anything. It's going good, so I kind of leave it as it is and see how long we can keep going.
Is it good to have Harmony back in the lineup after her bit of an injury this fall?
Yeah, she came back right after Shattuck, and we've only played, I would want to say maybe 12 games all year with all 6 And like I said, she's been in the lineup the last 10 games, and look at our record, right? So when all 6 of them are there and playing, it's brings some stability to the back end. And then with Heaven, doing what she's doing on the back half of our team there, it's been great for us. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
good to have her back.
So you said you're gonna reassess. You've got new goals to set come 2020. What are your goals with this team for the remainder of this season?
The biggest one would be to just to kind of play our game. I guess the coach in me is never satisfied. I wasn't overly happy with how we played this weekend, but we got the win. So you kind of have to look at that as teams that find a way to win are successful. But at the same time, for these girls, their own individual goals, they gotta bring their consistency in their game. Yeah, it's nice to win, but I feel like you can't always learn as much as you want out of a win because sometimes the bit of complacency, like, okay, yeah, we got the win, I must have played good. So just to kind of have them be, set a higher standard. The same objectives are there, but let's just do it better. That's kind of what I've been telling them.
I will say this. I mean, I've had a chance to watch the games at home versus the games in Winnipeg. I've really appreciated the consistency and the play to the end of the whistle. I remember watching those early games during the Junior Women's Hockey League Showcase tournament in November, and looking at the scoreboard and saying, "Wait a second, they're up 2-0. They're now up 3. They're still skating. They're still playing the game plan. They're still sticking to what's working." That strategy, that buy into your system, Harry, truly has the team and it shows by your record. I mean, 7-1-1 in the last 10. That's very impressive for this group of girls, considering where they started in September.
Yeah, it's one of those things with a coach, and I remember from last year. Yeah, you never really get a chance to step back and look at the accomplishment because you see them every day and you know what they're capable of. So to say, we're tough on them, Brad and I. We're always on them. We don't give them any leeway. We don't compliment until the job's done. Meaning, most games where we don't let them take the foot off the pedal because, again, like I said, we can't take anybody lightly. We're not in that position, and then at the same time, we still have lots to learn. So there's, whether we're up 4-0 or down 4-0, it's the same message, and I think it's really important for the girls to know that, to kind of to bring that out in their own game. That there's no days off, and we play a lot of games, and you never know who's watching. So yeah, we got to go right till the end every time.
Well, on the ice, it's been a great job. It's been a progressive job, building on, the wins, building on the experience. There's another job you have to deal with, Harry. Now you have about 9 days left before Christmas. I don't see a Christmas tree behind you. Where is it? And what's under the tree?
Right now, it's in the living room over there. But, just a lot of gifts for nephews, really, that aren't wrapped that I didn't buy. So,
So you got to get the wrapping skills. I've been watching wrapping videos myself on when you cut the paper too short or you cut it too small, how to rewrap it properly. So
I'm a gift bag guy, to be
you're a
honest.
gift bag guy, okay?
Yeah.
Your significant other, she hasn't made her appearance yet on the Pilot-Mound Hockey Show.
Yeah.
She lives in Calgary. She trains, not professional, but amateur-wise, correct?
Yeah, I guess there is no real professional Olympic style wrestling, so amateur, yeah.
So who wins?
This is kind of awkward. I always say if it's a wrestling match, she wins. But if it ever got down to a real fight, which is a weird thing to brag about, I would hope.
We don't have to. We don't have to.
I would hope I would take it.
Okay. February 24th, maybe we'll see Harry +1 at Monday Night Raw. We'll never know.
Never know.
Let's see if they bring the outfits once again. Those Halloween costumes were quite outstanding. Harry, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll probably talk to you in January, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And, enjoy the holidays and be safe and be merry. And we will touch base with the girls and see how well they start off 2020.
Yeah, for sure. Merry Christmas to you as well. Right. I'll see you in the new year.
Right on. That is Coach Harry Mahesh, the Pilot-Mound Hockey Academy female varsity team with a 7-1-1-1 record in their last 10. They're going to enjoy a bit of home time with everybody, friends and family too. So Merry Christmas to everybody, and we will talk to you later.